The Fortnite Chapter 6 map was just revealed, and we have a full showcase of everything you need to know in today's video. And if you guys want to be gifted the new Chapter 6 Battle Pass or any of the new skins dropping into the shop, all you have to do is drop a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, and leave your epic usernames down in the comments below. And a big shout out to everyone using code NRPH in the item shop. You guys are legends, so thank you so much. So before we reveal the new Chapter 6 map, it is important to note that Chapter 6 Season 1 is now confirmed going to be following a Japanese mythology / samurai theme, which is obviously going to influence some of the parts of Chapter 6 Island and map changes, which we are about to show you guys. But now that we're all on the same page, so far data miners have found 6 of the upcoming biomes in different areas of the map that are confirmed going to be on Chapter 6 Season 1. In no specific order, we have rivers, we have plains, the farmland, and forest, which all 4 have been on pretty much every single island in Fortnite's history, so there's really nothing special about this. But where it gets interesting is they also found new audio in the files for an area known as Highlands, which is most likely going to be a super tall mountain on the Chapter 6 map, which most likely will be the tallest point on the map itself. And data miners actually found the ambient audio for morning, day, and evening when you're in this area, which I'll play real quick so you guys can get an idea for what it's going to sound like when you're playing in Fortnite Chapter 6. Now, along with the audio for Highlands, they also found the ambient audio for another biome known as the wetlands / swamp, which is very exciting because swamps are not as common on Fortnite's island. We haven't really seen a proper slurpy swamp in quite some time, so it's exciting that this biome will be returning. And again, here is a snippet of all the ambient audio that you're going to hear throughout the different times of day in this area on Fortnite Chapter 6's island, which I think is really cool. It actually sounds quite peaceful. It was also found by data miners that Fortnite just added back the audio used at the Chapter 4 dojo locations that were scattered around Fortnite's island for the Mega City season, which obviously makes a lot of sense since Chapter 6 Season 1 is going to be following a samurai and Japanese mythology theme. Dojos returning is literally expected. The only difference this time around compared to Chapter 4's dojos is the overall design is probably going to be different to kind of fit the architecture more accurate for Japanese folklore and mythology, as opposed to the dojos added for the Mega City vibe, which was definitely a lot more modern during Chapter 4's days. But the audio used in these areas, in terms of the ambient noises you will hear, is probably going to be very similar, just like some of the other locations we just listened to, like the Highlands and also the wetlands and swamps. And it is also worth noting that the dojos during Chapter 4 was also where you were able to find the samurai-themed weapons, which were the kinetic blades at the time. So although we don't know exactly what's going to be a part of Chapter 6's loot pool, this may be an area where you do find some of the new samurai or Japanese mythology themed weapons that are inevitably going to be added into the game. It was also found by data miners that we are getting a new landmark around Fortnite Chapter 6's island known as shrines, which after doing a little bit of research, the only other time that we had shrine landmarks or locations on Fortnite's island in its history was back back last chapter when we had our avatar collaboration where Fortnite actually added different elemental shrines around the map that fit with the different elements. Obviously the colors went along with them, and this is how you actually found the different mythic scrolls and abilities for that collaboration. But where it gets very exciting is these shrines are not just going to be random locations you can find, but they're actually going to implement and be a part of a brand new animal getting added at the start of chapter 6 that is currently known as sprites in Fortnite's files, which data miners are explaining are a new cat-like animal. So far we have a good bit of information on how these little sprites or spirits are actually going to work. There is going to be 3 different types for air, water, and ground, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, fits pretty perfectly with the different elemental shrines that Fortnite added for the avatar collab. So maybe this is something to do with different elements, especially considering that all of this stuff fits in with the Japanese mythology and samurai theme. Data miners also found that these sprites will have unique voice lines and different facial expressions, and you can actually have them follow you around Fortnite's island to befriend them, but once you get near these new shrine landmarks, these sprites will actually say goodbye and leave you. So we don't know exactly what the shrines are going to do. We don't know what these spirits or sprites actually will do for you in terms of helping you take out enemies, but we do know that these shrines will be new locations around the island, and that the new cat-like animal getting added in chapter 6 will be heavily affected with these landmarks and actually be connected to them directly, which I think is very interesting. Obviously, Fortnite is taking a page out of the success they saw back when they added Klombo, which was one of the most unique updates in animals we've ever seen in Fortnite. But back in the day when Klombo was added, other than just being a giant friendly being that everyone seemed to really like, he wasn't really connected to Fortnite's storyline or a lot of the map changes taking place. So this time around in chapter 6 with the Japanese mythology theme, it's really cool that we have these new animals coming that are actually going to be connected and implemented with these new landmarks and locations, and just the overall theme and storyline that it seems we are heading to for chapter 6, which I think is awesome. Another aspect of Fortnite chapter 6 that data miners found early is the new lighting, color scheme, and sky design that we are going to be getting with chapter 6, which, for those of you guys that are unaware, every single new chapter in Fortnite always has a new lighting style, a new art style, overall color scheme, and they try to make it slightly different so that no Fortnite chapter is identical in terms of the overall graphics. And luckily for us, data miners already found the skyline, the clouds, the lighting, and everything for all different times of day that we're going to be getting on chapter 6, which isn't directly connected to the chapter 6 map changes, but it gives you a good sense of the overall lighting and basically what the vibe and feel of chapter 6 will actually look like, because the overall color scheme and design is going to be different from chapter 5. So I'll let it play for you guys. I do think the sunset and colors are absolutely beautiful and could be some of the best here in chapter 6 that we've ever seen. And finally, here is a new map that Fortnite leakers just found in Fortnite's files. Obviously, nothing is 100% confirmed, but this is an entire new Battle Royale map that we've never seen before that could either be for upcoming projects that Epic is working on, or, of course, the actual Fortnite Chapter 6 island, which, after looking at it, does make a lot of sense because there is a lot of different biomes featured on this map that data miners already confirmed. Like in the top left, obviously, where the mountains are would be where the highlines are at, and then in the right hand side it could be the foresty area with a lot of trees. The only biomes that are not present on this Fortnite island, if it was to be the chapter 6 map, is of course the wetlands, which you can see there isn't really any swampy areas. And considering we are going to be having a Japanese mythology and samurai theme, I would think that a cherry blossom or pink tree type vibe biome or area on the map would be present, or at least some type of samurai city with a bunch of different Japanese architecture for the buildings. So of course, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This could just be a really good concept that people are trying to fake, And that's why I saved it for the end of the video, because this is not confirmed. But overall, the design and feel to it is very unique. I really do like that the bottom corner of the map on the right side is a lot of different islands. You could obviously use boats or vehicles to get around, but then the rest of the island is pretty cohesive with rivers and stuff still connecting it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Would you think this is a good Chapter 6 map if this does end up being the actual map we're getting in the new update?